The indigenous people of the Federal Capital Territory are appealing to the National Assembly to bridge the constitutional gaps, which evidently undermines the political, civil, economic, and cultural rights of the indigenous people of the FCT. Executive Director of Center for Human Rights and Civic Education, CHRICED, made the submission in Abuja at a media briefing for agenda setting on participation of FCT original inhabitants in the 1999 Constitution review process.
Indigenous peoples and individuals are free and equal to all other people and individuals and have the right to be free from any kind of discrimination in the exercise of their rights, in particular that based on their indigenous origin or identity. Indigenous people, that is number 3 now, have the right to self-determination. By the virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status and freely pursue their economic, social, and cultural development. 4, indigenous peoples, in exercising their right to self-determination, have the right to autonomy or self-government in matters related to their internal and local affairs, as well as ways and means for financing their autonomous functions.
Is it allowed as a nation that you own dual state indigenship? No. But somebody in FCT, the original inhabitant FCT, don't have the state right. Somebody from Bauchi, from Lagos, residing in FCT, want to have a citizen's right of FCT. I think that is a great annihilation.
According to CHRICED, injustices is opposed to the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People, to which Nigeria is a signatory, which gives the indigenous people the right to be free from any kind of discrimination and right of self-government in matters relating to their internal affairs, as well as ways and means for their financing their autonomous functions. The call to the National Assembly is for lawmakers to demonstrate real commitment to addressing the root causes of the disaffection across the land. President of Original Inhabitants of FCT, Danladi Jeji, revealed that the association had submitted 6 memorandums to the National Assembly 6 consecutive times since 1999, soliciting for inclusion of FCT to the number of states in Nigeria, and decried neglect and marginalization.
Please, Nigerians, what original inhabitants are saying, we are dialoguing. We have been making noise. We have been talking, submitting the same thing. We have submitting it again and again. This is number 6 memoranda. And when the National Assembly goes to do the national thing, they always will carve out what will make them come back to power, to make people vote for them, but not to emancipate people, to make people have their right and self-determination of their right. According to the United Nations law, we are the FCT original inhabitant and the autochthonous people of this country and this land.
At that point, even in the elementary law of contract, that initial contract of declaring this place as FCT should be null and void, because the pronunciation was made and there was no consideration that will flow to the indigenous people that they were asked to remember. What will happen to our state status? There was nothing about that. If we actually had intellectuals then, this is where they would have fought for us. But the fact that somebody is blind doesn't mean you should cheat on him. The larger Nigerians should come out and speak for us.
It is hoped that the intervention by CHRICED to amplify the voices of original inhabitant communities through influence in the beginning of public hearing organized by Senate Committee on Review of the 1999 Constitution beginning from May 26 to May 27, 2021 will yield its desired results. Oluwatobi Enitan reporting for Viable TV.